All right, so today we're diving deep into the career of someone pretty fascinating, Keeno Worldwide.
Yeah, the South African artist, he's really making waves.
Big time. I mean, you saw that document on him, right?
Oh, yeah. Super impressive. All the stuff he's already done.
It's wild. Like, yeah, even way back in 2005, elementary school, there's this bronze certificate for poetry. Maybe a sign of things to come?
Right. Like, early creative energy had to go somewhere. And then a few years later, 2008, he's DJing.
Getting those hands-on skills.
And then, boom, 2010, first studio session. You can almost see how it all starts connecting, like all these different interests building towards the artist he is now.
Adding pieces to the puzzle.
Exactly. Then, 2015, debut album drops, Lucid Manuscripts.
Big step.
And the next year, 2016, that's when things really take off, live performance at the Witt State Art Theater.
Wow.
SA's Got Talent appearance, first radio interview, all in 1 year.
That's a whirlwind.
No kidding. Momentum building, getting his name out there.
So he's got the talent, the drive, he's getting recognized. But then in 2017, he starts his own record label. What do you make of that move?
Smart. Really smart. Shows he's not just thinking about himself, wants to support other artists too.
Totally. And then in 2018, he joins Hip Obscene Network, not only as a musician, but a documentarian, editor, and writer too.
Wow, yeah. Wearing all the hats.
He's not afraid to branch out.
It's crucial nowadays,
Yeah.
diversifying, reaching more people.
What stood out to you about him being with Hip Obscene Network?
Well, they're very community focused. It's like Keeno's not just in it for the fame, he actually cares about the bigger picture.
That's a good point. And speaking of reaching further, his music isn't just local anymore. We see mentions of airplay on Namakwa FM back in South Africa, but also VIP radio, even Atlantic Radio UK.
International.
Yeah, US, Spain, Italy.
That's huge, especially coming from South Africa. Shows how universal his sound is.
Okay, now brace yourself, because this is where it gets really interesting. Collaborators.
Hit me.
We're talking Alicia Keys, J. Cole, Kanye West.
No way. That's incredible.
Pretty mind-blowing, right?
Yeah.
Working with those names in hip-hop, R&B, shows how versatile he is.
Not just talent, but connections too, to be in those circles.
Makes you wonder how those collabs even come about.
Right. Must be doing something right. And it's not just about the names, it's the audiences they bring. Exposes his music to so many new people.
Building bridges.
Yeah.
And he's not just making music. He's got his own merch, digital gift cards, even a weekly newsletter.
He's running a whole operation.
And a music empire in the making. Now, get this. He's got all these Facebook business certifications from 2019 through 2022. Facebook and Instagram ads, budget setting, the whole shebang.
Wow. So he's not just relying on talent, he's actually learning the marketing side too.
Proactive. And then his work experience, it's all over the map. Affiliate partner at Canabox, editing, business administration, social media stuff with Love, even a music analyst for Hot 97's Who's Next.
He does not stop.
I know. All these different roles shows how adaptable he is.
Picking up skills everywhere he goes.
And then we get to the skills section. Digital marketing, advertising, sales consulting, graphic design, website design, e-commerce, online banking, data analysis, software analysis, technical writing. Take a breath.
That's a lot to take in.
I'm exhausted just reading it.
But it shows you he's not just a musician. He's like a multi-tool, ready for anything.
Prepared for everything.
Yeah.
And he's not hiding his skills either. Profiles on IndieFi, his own website, SoundCloud, Last.fm, RAV organization, even booking links on Jobvine.
Everywhere.
He knows how to be visible.
Smart. In the digital age, you got to meet the fans where they are. Social media, streaming, it's all part of it.
Making sure nobody misses out on his music.
And he speaks both Afrikaans and English too.
Opens up even more doors connecting with people.
Huge advantage. So we've seen his journey from those early days to all this global reach and these crazy skills. But gotta ask, what are the downsides to wearing so many hats?
Yeah. Is there a risk of spreading himself too thin?
It's a valid concern. Trying to do everything could lead to burnout or not mastering anything fully.
A balancing act for sure.
It's about prioritizing, focusing on what matters most.
So he's got all this momentum, but needs to be careful too. In the next part, we'll break down those skills specifically, see how they actually help him in the music world.
Yeah, let's get into the nitty-gritty. Okay, so we were talking about all those skills Keeno has, right?
Yeah, it's like a whole arsenal.
Let's dig into how those actually help him in the music biz. Like, one of the first things listed is digital marketing.
Which, these days, is essential, right?
Totally. It's not just about posting on Instagram. It's way more complex. Search engine optimization, email campaigns, all that.
A whole other world.
Right. Someone like Keeno, who gets that stuff, has a huge advantage. Reaching the right people, knowing what works, what doesn't.
It's a superpower almost.
Kind of. Then there's graphic design, super useful for an artist. Album art, visuals for social media.
The stuff that grabs your attention.
Exactly. And he can do it himself, control how his image looks, make sure it fits his music.
No need to rely on someone else. That's smart.
Saves time and money, too. Website design is another big one.
Oh, yeah. Gotta have a good website.
Think of it like your online home base. Fans go there for everything. Music, merch, tour dates, all of it.
Your own little corner of the internet.
And if you can build it yourself, you're in control.
No need to rely on someone else's platform.
Now, this one's interesting. E-commerce consulting. You might think, what's that got to do with music?
Yeah. At first glance, it seems a little random.
But artists nowadays sell way more than just music.
Merch, yeah. Digital downloads, sometimes even fan subscriptions, online courses.
And setting all that up online, the payments, the shipping, that's e-commerce. Keeno having that knowledge is huge.
Makes total sense to maximize those other income streams.
Now we get to the more technical skills. Data analysis, software analysis, even technical writing. Maybe not as obviously music related.
Right. But maybe they still connect somehow.
They do. Like with data analysis, he can see who's listening, what's popular, even how well his marketing is working.
So it's like using data to make smarter decisions about his career.
Exactly. It's not just guessing anymore. It's about having real insights. And software analysis could be useful for picking the right music production software or even online tools for marketing.
So it's all about understanding how to use tech to your advantage.
And technical writing could be anything from explaining his music releases to writing grant proposals.
So even those less obvious skills can play a role.
Everything adds up. But we talked before about the risk of spreading yourself too thin, trying to master everything.
Right. Does he run that risk?
Maybe. But the key is to prioritize, figure out the most important skills, and focus on those. Maybe delegate other things.
So it's not about being good at everything. It's about picking your battles.
Exactly. Knowing you can't do it all, being open to collaboration. Like, imagine an orchestra conductor. They don't play every instrument, but they know how they all fit together.
Good analogy.
So Keeno's journey is about skills, yeah, but also about strategy, how those skills create a bigger picture.
He's playing the game, but also changing the rules a bit.
And that's inspiring to see someone so young take that kind of control. But we've talked a lot about business, haven't we?
We have. What about the actual music, the artistic side?
Right. Easy to get caught up in the mechanics. We don't have his music to listen to right now.
True.
But we can guess based on those collabs. Alicia Keys, J. Cole, Kanye. Those are very different styles.
R&B, hip-hop, experimental. A pretty broad range.
Shows he's open to different sounds, probably blending them in his own music.
Maybe his music is like a mix of everything.
Could be. And nowadays, that's a strength, to stand out, be unique.
So it's not just a business story, it's a creative one too. He's following his passion, but in a really smart way.
Art and ambition, all in one. Ready to talk about what we've learned from all this? What other artists can take away from Keeno's example?
Definitely. Let's get into that. So we've gone through Keeno's whole journey. Early days, global reach, all those skills, even the potential pitfalls. What do you think? For aspiring artists out there, what can they learn from all this?
You know, I think the biggest thing is understanding it's not enough to just be good at music anymore. You need the whole package.
Yeah, it's a business now.
Right. Keeno gets that, and he's gone all in on building skills to match. Digital marketing, branding, websites, even the e-commerce stuff.
He's like a one-stop shop for his own career.
Pretty much. And while most people can't do all that, the lesson is you got to think bigger than just the music itself.
Be proactive, right? Take control.
Exactly. Be your own entrepreneur. Always be learning.
And another thing that stood out to me, the collaborations. Alicia Keys, J. Cole, Kanye West. That doesn't happen by accident.
Oh, yeah. He's networking like crazy, building those relationships.
It's not a solo journey. You need those connections.
They open doors you wouldn't believe. Mentors, advice, even just support when things get tough.
And of course, you can't ignore technology.
Absolutely crucial. Keeno's killing it with the digital marketing, his online presence.
He's using tech to boost his reach.
And anyone can do that now. There are so many tools out there.
Be resourceful.
Right. But even with all that, the strategy, the skills...
Can't forget the heart of it all.
Exactly. It's the passion that drives it.
Keeno's got that in spades. He's not just chasing clout. He genuinely loves what he does.
And it shows in his music, his business, how he connects with fans.
It's a reminder that talent's not enough. You need that fire, that dedication.
And that applies to anything, not just music. If you want to create, you got to hustle.
So to everyone listening, we hope this deep dive into Keeno's world has got you thinking.
Inspired you, maybe.
Yeah, giving you some ideas for your own creative journey.
Keeno shows us what's possible. Talent, hard work, a little strategy, and a whole lot of heart.
Couldn't have said better myself. That's a wrap for this deep dive. Thanks for joining us, and until next time, keep exploring.